Hello bookworms, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess and you're joining me for a little different video. Today I want to talk about comfort reading. What does it mean for you? For me, it means a series or a particular book or a genre or multiple genres or whatever that I can pick it up, start reading it, and get into it with absolutely no problem. For me, there are two genres that accomplish this. First is middle grade fantasy. At the very, very, very top of my bookshelves, that's all middle grade fantasy up there. And when I say middle grade fantasy, I'm talking Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Septimus Heap, Artemis Fowl, The Inheritance Cycle, any of those types of books. Those are just some of my favorites. And I can pick them up and fall in love with the world and fall in love with the characters and the writing and everything with no trouble. There's no frustrating romances that are extremely complicated and seem to somehow take over as far as importance in the books rather than the main plot itself. Which can be a little, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it helps with the plot, but most of the time it's just frustrating. Lately I have been a little bit frustrated by the young adult fantasy that I've read. If you just look at the books behind me, I have a lot of young adult fantasy. Normally I love it, but lately I've just not been able to find anything that grabs my attention and makes me fall in love with the characters. So I've resorted to a little comfort reading. Middle grade fantasy does that for me. And the second genre that does this for me with no problem is urban fantasy, such as Anita Blake, the Sookie Stackhouse novels, Mercy Thompson, the Fever series by Karen Marie Moning, the Alex Craft series by Kalena Price, books like that. I've got a lot of urban fantasy on the way currently from thriftbooks.com, which by the way is my absolute favorite place to shop for books. I do shop on Amazon and Book Outlet, places like that sometimes too, but thriftbooks.com is way up here as far as favorites. But urban fantasy, I know a lot of those could be classed as paranormal romance, but in my opinion, genres are open to interpretation by the reader itself. I consider them to be urban fantasy. But even though sometimes the characters are ridiculous or the series goes way off track, like with Anita Blake, I enjoy them. I can read them easily. They're addictive. The Fever series by Karen Marie Moning, I read it a couple of years ago for the first time. And it's like reading one big book. You can't put it down. I think it was Ginger Reads Laney who said that. It was like one big book. And that really is how it feels. So those are my two genres that really do it for me. I've got some specific series that are really good that do that for me, but those are the two genres in general. So I want to know, what are your favorite comfort reads? Is it a particular genre or two, a particular book, a particular series? Let me know down in the comments below. And this was inspired by a blog post I did over on my book blog called Rambling Reader, which soon enough will actually be the name of this channel, or I may start a new channel so that it's separate, since this used to be a gaming channel. But I will link my book blog down below. It's fairly new. I only have a few posts, but yeah, I'll leave that down below for you guys, and let me know in the comments what you think. What are your comfort reads? So I love you guys. Bye.